Hola guapas y guapos! Welcome back to Global Roots. I am Daniela, your half enchilada, half baguette friend. Settle in as we embark on a new chapter of my journey, bridging the vibrant cultures of Mexico and France. Bon voyage les amis! Ready? Vámonos! The day finally arrived when I was going to meet Jean-François. Honestly, I have expected it to be a joke, that I'd be left waiting along at the airport. It was a hectic Friday, and the place was packed. Ugh, I hate it when it's packed. Anyway, I brought along a big paper mustache that I had made. Don't ask me why. I just thought it would be a fun little thing so he could spot me. And sure enough, it actually worked. There he was. I just couldn't believe it. We hugged for a long time. It seemed like an eternity. Then we shared our first real-life kiss. It all felt like a scene from a movie, like the opening scene of Love Actually. Everything just clicked. Suddenly, he was no longer just a voice or an image on my phone screen. We couldn't stop holding hands as we headed to the hotel to kick off our adventure the next day. It was so romantic. I had planned a relaxed start in Sayulita, a colorful town next to the Pacific coast in the southwest. I had prepared a surprise surf lesson for Jeff, which was really fun. I had a whole itinerary planned after that, but Jeff, ever the seasoned traveler, had other ideas in mind. He took the lead with his trusted travel guide, Le Rodard, which knew all the best local spots. By the way, when on vacation, if you see people with this little book, they are most likely French. Sayulita was fantastic. The people, the food, the beach. Funny enough, Jeff's first tacos on the trip were from a local family set up right on the beach. Yes, they even had a bracero installed. That was both amazing and funny. After enjoying 5 amazing days there, we headed back to start the trip anew, guided by Jeff's favorite travel guide. Our next stop was Tepoztlán. We climbed the Teposteco, which is a must. Explore the Xochicalco ruins, a first for both of us, and enjoyed amazing local food and homemade ice creams. Tepos Nieves. Delicious. Then it was off to Taxco, arriving just in time for the intense Holy Week procession of Los Flagelantes Encapuchados, or penitents. Those who participate are loaded with heavy packs of spiny branches, heavy chains, or wood crosses. Jeff, he couldn't believe it wasn't a reenactment. The authenticity blew him away. Then we headed to Oaxaca, one of my favorite places. We indulged in mole and hot chocolate, even daring to try roasted grasshoppers. Yes, chapulines. The petrified waterfalls at Hierve el Agua were breathtaking. As we walked through Oaxaca's vibrant streets, surrounded by colorful facades and flowers, Jeff made his move. Over dinner, he asked if I would move to Paris with him. Wow, this was really huge and quite unexpected after having just spent 1.5 weeks together. At least in real life. It was a lot to process, especially with us being worlds apart. We discussed this topic further, of course, as we traveled to Puebla and then Mexico City, exploring each city with Le Retard as our guide. I was definitely learning a lot about my own country in ways I hadn't before. So I want to say thank you, Le Retard. As his visit neared its end, we revisited the idea of me moving to Paris. With my background and some degree of familiarity with France, it seemed like the right choice. GF even met my family to assure them of his intentions, though I ended up translating everything he said. The dinner with my family was nerve-wracking. What would you have done in my place? I wonder. Not organize a dinner and just say you were going on vacation again? Say no to his proposal and continue living life as it was? I guess it all sounded nice and, well, I just didn't want to ask myself in the future, what if? So we gave the big announcement and just, how do you think it happened? I found myself translating his heartfelt speech. Initially, it seemed thoughtful, but I hadn't considered that I would become his voice/translator for the evening. I can still remember the look on everyone's faces when I got to the part about moving to Paris with him. But the most difficult to handle was the big, huge silence after that. Oh, thank God, one of my brothers said, after what seemed to me like an eternity, "Well, Danny and GF, I am really happy for you guys. I am sure you have thought this through, and I wish you both the best." Oof. I started breathing again. My dad, well, he's always politically correct, so he just said in a very calm and polite way, "You are an adult, Danny, and you take your own decisions. Even if I told you I didn't agree, you would do it anyway. So, I wish you the best in this relationship with Jeff." So there, the tension started to fade, little by little. My mom, she said nothing at the table. But when I crossed her at the ladies' room, she said, "Well, he seems quite nice. And I don't know why, but it seems like you've known each other for a long time." That was really nice to hear, especially coming from her. Well, the message was delivered and there were no casualties. GF, well, he flew back to Paris after that. And in the coming days, I would start the adventure of moving to a new place, a new city, a new country. Well, pretty much knew everything. So, what do you think I did? Stay tuned as I continue to share the wild ride of moving countries for love, or at least the possibility of it, here on Global Roots.